Yes, shalom, shalom. Glory back at you with another lesson. To the parents, spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yehoshai, by Hashem Kakodash, double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and the house of David is rising out here. Gonna be a quick hit on the Hilang Gully. Just winding down, cooling down, and I'm gonna hit some precepts, get my precept fix, man. Because I'm going to keep that phrase that I coined. When you need a fix, remember to read the scripts. A lot of things have been happening, man. Current events, local events, worldwide events, helicopters falling out of the sky. I saw that, man. I saw that. That was last night's news. ABCN, one of them news channels. Helicopter literally just fell out of the sky, and it was only acknowledged by one of a household door camera, and that's how they got the visual. Helicopter literally just falling out of the sky. We got the train derailments, and the local people are complaining that their eyes, headaches, eye aches, sore, all kinds of sorenesses. Can't sleep, irritation, fish is dying. So, and there's a lot of other things taking place, man. So Abba Ratazar will break some of these things down on the surface for now. But yeah, I want to hit some precepts. I'm getting my precept fix out here. It's starting to rain, so I'm in a little bit of a shelter here. Should be alright for now if it don't come down too hard. Let's hit some of these precepts, man. And I was looking up the precepts that would be fitting for precepts as far as getting in precepts, reading precepts. So Psalms 119 came up. Psalms 119 talks about, this is my comfort in my affliction, for the word hath quickened me. Yeah, and let me see who wrote Psalms. I'm assuming it's meditation and prayers relating to the law of God. Right, I'm assuming it's King David. So Abba Ratazar, we're gonna hit some of these, and if we have to go in a little bit more, there's a lot of things happening. But for the precept fix, we're gonna hit some precepts to get our precept fix. When all else fails, we just hit the trails. Right, anytime you just feel like, yeah, you want to get out there and get out and about and get creative and breathe in some fresh air, expand your mind, expand your feet and legs and arms, and expand your lungs. Get out there, man. Get out there on the trails when all else fails. That's what I find helpful. Psalms 119 and 51 says, the proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law. Yeah. 50, this is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. And that is what has quickened us. This truth, man. These precepts, man. Let's carry on. There's a whole lot. If I count how many times it says precepts, probably over a dozen here. Psalms 119:55 says, I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in thy night. I have kept the law. Yeah. So we're going to have that more so drawing nearer to the end of this kingdom. Imagine that I was meditating on waking up, quoting the name of Yehoshai, daydreaming or sleepwalking. There's a method to the madness. People used to sleepwalk. I remember back in the day, you know, when I was in care in the children's home, back in the day. You had some people that had problems sleepwalking, and they say when you catch someone sleepwalking, don't wake them up because it can kill them. That's what I've heard. But in the kingdom, we're gonna be sleepwalking, daydreaming, glorifying the name of Yahweh. Now that sounds far-fetched, but imagine that. That sounds far-fetched. It sounds kind of outlandish and crazy, but according to the dream I had, when I had spiritual power, one of my first videos. In order for you to fly, in order for you to fly high and fly fast and stop, you had to say the name of the Most High. So the name of the Most High was poignant. It was necessary to do most things. To fly, to run fast. Isaiah 40. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. All you got on it, you got to be able to say the name in order for you to do those things. And we're going to be like gods. Zechariah chapters 12 and 8, man. Yeah. In that day shall the Lord defend in the abyss of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that time shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. Some precepts you can just quote them word for word. They just stay with you. But some precepts, that's how it goes. That's how it works, man. Over time, like I say, when you need a fix, Akim, a quick fix, you know, in the world what they do, they take the opioids and they take the class A drugs or class B drugs, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, drinking, getting drunk, legless on the alcohol, in order for them to feel good about themselves. They have to go into some state of delusion and in denial, and a lot of them drugs are quick fixes. The opioid, which is an epidemic now, fentanyl, which is an epidemic now, and they need all these other things too. If they get an overdose on the fentanyl, they've got to take other drugs to bring them back to sanity. Drugs upon drugs upon drugs to get a fix. But this is what this is the answer right here, what I'm doing right now. And the trails, I find the trails to be very, very exuberating, exciting, eerie, I'll say the word eerie, mysterious, just being out there, moving around. And it's not only that, you're thinking on better, bigger and better things, meditating on creation, meditating on your whole Bashim, your whole Shai, thinking on blessed things. We've got in the background here, we've got the Centurions patrol around. Yeah, you're watching me watching you. You understand? So you'll be just meditating on all those blessed things when I'm out there, man, on the highways and the byways, doing my thing, man. Yeah, I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in thy night I have kept thy law. This I had because I kept thy precepts, man. Through thy precepts, man. When you need a fix, remember to hit the precepts, to hit the scripts. Right? Psalms 119 and 72 says, the law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Hitting the precepts, man. Yeah, rejuvenating, reviving you. The quick hit, the quick fix, the only fix for Yahshua Allah, the Prince of the Power. Genesis chapters 32 and 27 onwards. We are the Prince of the Power, and that is what we resort to in times of need, reading the precepts, and that is the fix. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver, and fentanyl, and any class A, class B drug that is out there. The law of the mouth. When you need a fix, remember to hit the scripts. When all else fails, hit the trails. So there's a lot, man. There's a lot in. I'm going to read a couple more. Getting my precept fix. Psalms 119. Let's read a couple more and then we're going to end it off. It's raining, it's breezy. Abaratazar, you can still hear me. This could be the last one. And there's a lot more we can get into Abaratazar in some more of my future Hilangoli riding videos. And yeah, it's getting a bit warmer, even though it's breezy and it's raining. It's getting warmer. This Abaratazar, I'm going to start getting back to my spot where I like to be, up there on the peak of the hill, looking down and cursing out Babylon in the Hebrew. I'm going to get back to doing that because summer's coming around again quickly. Time is moving quickly. Yeah, man. Just like we saw the Black Hawk fall out the sky, Babylon is falling. That was symbolic. The Black Hawk falling out the sky. I think it was Alabama, a town in one of the states, Alabama in America. Black Hawk falling out the sky, just directly, just like skydiving, nosedive, bam. It was very symbolic of the kingdom. Babylon, America, falling. So just as quick as that's falling, right, everything's coming around, this kingdom is falling. Just as quick as the Black Hawk fell out of the sky, symbolic bad omen for Babylon. Babylon is falling just like that. Nosedive, skydiving, going all the way down, spiraling down. Isaiah 47 and 1 and 3, man. Come down, old Babylon, sit in the dust. Yeah, man. But I want to carry on reading some of the precepts here, getting my fix. Yeah. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me, and I am thine. Save me, for I have sought thy precepts. The wicked have waited to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimony. Yeah, even though the wicked consider to destroy me, whatever they set up, whatever they plan, whatever net they set, they fall into their own nets. The wicked have set out a net, they themselves shall fall into it, man. And the Most High gonna laugh. King David said that, as we're reading now. So we don't fear the wicked. We know that it's a system and a kingdom that is spiraling down, but Jacob is the beginning of the after that follows. Because Esau is the end of the world, man, and we're the beginning. Right? The curses are going definitely falling upon the wicked. So we're just pushing that vibration out there, because Jacob's kingdom is coming in. That despite what you see, despite Jacob's trouble, yeah, it says at the end of Jacob's trouble, it says that Jacob shall be saved out of it. And also Daniel's chapters 12, when Michael, that great archangel, going to stand up for us. So there will be a Jacob's trouble, but the elect and whosoever have to be martyred, but they're going to be prevailed and come back with vengeance. Yes, man. I am thy, save me, for I have sought thy precepts. I am thine. Save me, for I have sought thy precepts. Psalms 119:94. The wicked have waited for me to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimony. Yes, and that's what's going to save me. That's what's going to keep me. The testimony and the precepts of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. A couple more, then we're going to keep it moving. Rain's coming down quite a bit now. 99. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimony are my meditation. Yeah, the teachers that came before us, you could say the Martin Luther King, Khalid Muhammad, all those freedom fighters, they fell by the wayside. They didn't have 100% truth. Malcolm X, a lot of others. Got the Garvey, Marcus Garvey. We know more than them. It's a science, and it's always moving, because we got the truth, 100% truth. And even you got some that were in this truth who were before us that didn't keep the truth, and they didn't endure to the end. Because they didn't endure to the end, Abaratazar, we're still here, we're still fighting. Those are the ones we have more understanding, unless they repent. Right? I have more understanding than all my teachers, and even in this short time I've been in the truth, I've seen some people, what you can't really call them brothers now, fall by the wayside, and they're coming up with all kinds of strange doctrines, coming against the truth. So, right, so this thing is a longevity. It's about enduring to the end, man. Matthew chapters 24 and 13 talks about he that endures to the end is the one that will be saved. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. The race is not for the swift, but who can endure it? It's a marathon, not a sprint. That is why we can say, I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. Abaratazar, we endure to the end, and we keep the meditations. I'll carry on reading. 100. I understand more than the ancient, because I kept thy precept. We kept it, man. Abaratazar, we keep it, continue to keep it. The ancients, the ones that fell by the wayside, yeah. You got the false prophets as well. All those wicked, the children of the devil. John chapters 8 and 40, around about 48, talks about you are from your father the devil. All those that came against Yahushua, the false teachers, the wicked scribes and the Pharisees, right? So Abaratazar, we stay on the game. Let the games begin. Yeah? Psalms 119 and 104 says, through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every fool's way. And I can hear the owls out there chiming in, the bird owls chiming in, man, while I was going around on the Hilangoli, moving around in the dark. It's hardly any kind of, it's very cloudy tonight, but the owls, all you can hear was woo, chiming in, man, cheering me on. Oh, was it last week as I was going through, I saw what looked like an Edomite, and I was moving past him over a particular spot, and I was looking at him and he's looking at me, and I was curious about him. I don't know if, but let me just say, when I was running past him, he says, "You all right, mate? You all right, mate?" Something to that effect. He said, "How you doing, mate?" He was like he was cheering me on, and he had a big like staff in his hand, and I didn't think much of it. But when I got home, I was wondering, because I've had Hebrews chapters 13, man. Some unbeknown to themselves as entertained angels, and I'm just saying, man, he might have been an angel, might not have been, might have just been someone who was just very polite, whether he was an Irishman, which Irish go back to Jake, potentially a lot of them go back to being Jacob, the sons of Jacob, the seed of Jacob. He had that Irish strong accent. He says, "You're right, man. You're right, man." Something like that. He said something in Irish, the accent. So I said, "Yeah." I just nodded at him and I kept it moving. But similar experience I've had with what some people might consider to be Edomites, which could have been the seed of Jacob, who could have been a polite Jacob, could have been a polite Irish person, which could have been a Jake, or it could have been an angel, man. But I'll just say that, man. The scripture does say some unbeknown to themselves as entertained angels. Hebrews chapters 13, 1 and 2 talks about that. So it's a bit of a mystery right now, but just have to bear that in mind. Sometimes you might even be entertaining angels. When I walk out of here, when I'm walking around here, I bear that in mind. When people be very polite to me, what look like sometimes maybe look like Jake, look brown, dark brown, or have an Irish accent, which could be Jake's, or it still could be angels, man. They could shapeshift, man. They do what they want. I'm just saying, man. I'm just bearing that in mind. That's all I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I might end with that precept. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. None thy word is a lamp unto my foot and a light unto my path. Right. Thy word is a lamp unto my foot and a light unto my path. Yeah. Reminds me of all the other precepts King David in Psalms 118, one of my favorites. Psalms 118 and Psalms 18. He teaches my feet to war. He teaches my hands to war, and my feet are like hinds feet. That's Psalms 18, one of my favorite Psalms. King David talking about different types of challenges that he had to come across when he was rescued by Yahushua. He was abducted by the chariots, man, by his angels, our brothers, and put in a safe place. I ain't going to read that now, but I'm going to end with one precept, just remind myself and to whom it may concern out there, as I mentioned what happened in that experience that I had recently last week, and I didn't mention it when I was doing the video, but I gave it some thought, and now I am mentioning it. Hebrews chapters 13 and 2 says, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained Angels unawares, man. That experience, I don't think I'm never gonna forget that. So when I see people now, what look like just, I'll read it again. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. I'm just gonna, give them like a high five, whatever. Just nod my head, whatever. Say whatever, all right, whatever. Do my salute and keep it moving, because it could be an angel, man. Could be a potential angel. We don't know. Just follow what the script says. So through thy precepts, I just had my little fix there, and I pushed it out, pushed the vibration out. Soon we're gonna run this thing, yeah, completely. The right hand side gonna run everything in the whole planet. Babylon is falling. King David, Yahshua Allah, the sons of King David, the root of David, which was the root of Yahushai, Yahushai, the house of David is rising, and the wicked, everything the wicked have done to us, past, present, and future, is falling upon their own head. Shalom is on to the next one. When you need a fix, remember to keep reading the scripts. When all else fails, hit the trails. It's on to the next one.